very makeshift little places. You can see that next to all of their wagons, they've pulled out posts that have like overhangs of like different colored cloth, and underneath them, most of them have like seated chairs and potted plants, and they look like they made themselves quite at home here.
Yeah, and
With the
Babette.
lights that string in between them, at this point at night, it looks like place could have been here forever. Yet it's only been here a day.
Yeah, and Babette's just like, going through childhood memories and smelling the smells and everything like that. And just kind of, leading Zale around around the camp. And I assume at some point we stop by the Madame Rousseau's.
Zell kind of like
Um,
looking around and everything. You seem kind of comfortable here amongst
Yeah, this was the kind of place I lived in when I grew up, so I'm surprised Eliza didn't tell you.
Eliza doesn't say a lot about herself, especially you. I mean, again, men are strength circumstance and things were intense, so in a way, I guess that's our bond, but we don't really share a bond like you two have.
Yeah, that comes from just watching each other grow up.
Mm-hmm. So that's what it is. In any case, I am curious about this madam.
She likely won't want to be disturbed off, off hours. But if you want to give it a go, I'd be happy to watch.
I would like to try at least. I do have some questions.
I'll watch.
Well, what tints are we looking for? Is there kind of sign of where she might be?
Would I have any idea?
but that you can kind of recognize the one that looks like the fortune teller's kind of
It's got that
a
fortune teller.
wagon. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, yeah, I would point it out.
And Zelwood shrug, start heading that way.
And Babette's just kind of going to be like a couple
As
steps.
you walk over in that direction, you see as the back door of it opens, a bunch of smoke comes pouring out of it, right? And this figure of a woman steps out. Her hair's all dreaded up, long, but surprisingly, once the smoke kind of clears around her and she's coughing, you fucking Scheiße, and you look over as she steps to the side away from the direction the wind is blowing the smoke and blinks and looks and goes, "Oh, well, of course. That makes sense."
Who's she looking at?
Looking at the two of you, and you see the smoke still kind of pouring out of the back. Suddenly there's and some sparkles kind of come out the back of it.
Does it have a particular
worry.
smell?
Yeah.
Smelling of it, it smells a lot like the stuff of fireworks.
It's something wrong there. Do you need help?
I need help. Normally, the people that are coming to me are the ones coming to me with the questions.
Technically, that was a question.
I think it was.
Technically, I could still be a smartass.
Babette
Wait.
bows.
Take a seat, take a seat.
So,
Don't mind if I smoke, do you?
go ahead.
That unless she specifically
There's a couple of chairs
have that.
like around outside. You see the grass has started growing up very thickly also around her wagon. Looks like her
Oh.
wagon could have been here for longer than a day. It's grown up around the wheels. It's grown up thicker. For about 20 feet out, the grass is thicker around her hut than it is elsewhere. And there's a few chairs that are set up around like a metal fire pit. And they're also kind of like got some overgrown vines around the bottom of them. And she looks be a wood elf. She has tannish, um, very, very tannish skin. Long pointed ears, brown, kind of dreadlocked hair. Much younger than you would have expected to be the person stumbling out of
Specify if Babette sit down.
Adam
Won't sit down. She'll just let Zale do his thing.
Oh, then it's just the wolf is seeking fortune. Don't look surprised.
Babette's
My name is Madame Rasso. The Madame means fortune teller, or at least that's what they've told me since coming to this god awful country.
Zel's actually surprised. He's like, well, I mean, we did meet a couple witches who were pretty perceptive as well on the Korea coast.
once she calls out Zale's wolfishness, Babette like takes a step back.
So I see that, right? So knows that he files that for later. And so sits down.
I should go ahead and give you a full disclaimer from the beginning. Is that I am surrounded by nothing other than an unadulterated truth. Truth is extremely uncomfortable for a lot of people, especially those who are born of deception. And so it's mostly for other people's benefit. Those that have secrets don't spend too much time around me. Because I might just say things. And sometimes I don't even really know what it is that I'm saying.
It's fine with me.
Things that I don't know the meaning of what I'm saying. Mean.
You haven't been the first person who just told me some truths without really thinking of the surroundings of them, but I'm gonna be the first. But I do want some, man. I do seek answers.
How
So,
far are you stepping them back with that out of this conversation?
Let me just quickly do something.
Mhm.
oh fuck.
Like just a 5-foot step.
All right. Noted. Okay. Questions. What are you looking for?
So that guy takes a deep breath. A wand, actually, but I guess I should start off with.
A wand. Not of the twisted, twined kind. Not made of twigs, despite the twisted twigs that you know. A different kind of wand. Perhaps aloft with a skull dripping with black ichor. Perhaps a
Yeah,
different
no,
one.
no, that's the right one. I think the person who made that one.
So you're not seeking the wand. You already know where the wand is. You're seeking the its owner. I think I might be able to help you with this one. And you see, somewhere along in this conversation, a deck of cards appeared in her. And she's not wearing sleeves. She's wearing like a tank top and a kilt. And she's so out of where this deck appeared, you're not certain, but she's shuffling it now in conversation. And she goes, I think that I can help you. And it fans out in front of her. And she closes it back around on itself again.
Cards flip, like are they blink or anything like that?
They're flipped and they're facing away from you. She goes, however, cost comes in silver. No, I don't take gold. No, I won't take copper. Silver. That's my price.
Flips her a silver.
Zell actually takes his own silver out. He usually has
As
silver on.
soon as she says silver, she just flips the silver there.
As soon as it flips in her direction, she snatches it, and you see as she does, one of the cards disappears off from the deck in her hand, and it appears right in her finger between where the coin was, and the coin disappears. And she leaves the coin there, the card there, and as she moves her hand away, it stays floating there. And you see the tower. She goes, well, of course we knew that it was going to have something to do with destruction. Don't you hate how sometimes these things are just needlessly vague? The tower could mean just about anything. Perhaps another silver would help.
Zell, Zell hands her in that silver.
And as she snatches it, it again, another card disappears out of the ones in her hands that are fanned and facing away from you, and it appears in her hand facing your direction. And you see the card of the devil. Oh, isn't that one interesting? Usually the devil is metaphorical. Something meant to represent bonds that we've made in haste. Or sometimes the bonds that we have in blood. There's definitely a lot of blood associated with this particular card. And definitely a strong bond. But the devil here is not a metaphor. It seems you keep dangerous company. But what
Zell kind of.
do you hope to do about this company? Perhaps this wand that you're seeking? Perhaps creator? Or are these things connected? He holds a hand out.
Puts another silver out.
Snaps it, and you see as a hermit appears. Gently. Patience. Don't you hate that? Every time you ever get a fortune and it tells you that it wants patience, find that to be the most trying tribulations, don't you? Usually there's other tribulations. Wouldn't you like to know what those ones are? Holds her hand out.
So that's another silver. Kick him out.
Snatches it. It's more. You see a card. She holds it there and it floats next to the others. It's a star. You see as it floats up above the other two cards to where it's kind of forming a pyramid now. She's like, star. Connected to both. And then now, there and here.
What was that again?
Standard. And then now, there and here. That's ambiguous even by my standards. This one will definitely need a clarification.
There's silver.
For another silver. Once more, a snap of her fingers. Here. Death. Interesting. As she lets it go, you see as it floats right in front of Star. And you see as it does, almost as if it gets heavier, it falls down between the other two cards of the Tower and the Devil. And it splits between them. And you see as they kind of get separated for a moment. And then it falls down to below it. And then they kind of join back together. And she goes, "You have before you a distraction. That's also a creation. It seems that things in your past and your future are muddied, and that what will appear to be an end for others is where a beginning will begin for you. But still, nothing about this wand. Perhaps another silver might say something."
My silver.
She does. Silver coin turns to gold, and she goes, seems that that's all there is for now.
Babette flicks her a silver to see if that'll change.
As you do, she takes it, and it's just the silver, and she flicks it right back towards you, and goes, "Only one. That was the last fortune that I had in me. Fortunately, the last one took quite a bit out of me as well. I think it took a bit out of her, too. Left her instrument out in front of me, Tent. Do you mind bringing that into town? I believe she's staying in the same murder house that you are." And you see over an abandoned instrument that's left by the front, the smoke having cleared away in front of her place now.
So gets up and walks over, pick it up. Yeah, we can do that.
Thank you, madame. And Babette does like an elaborate bow. That was a fascinating experience.
Anything for a fellow roadie. Take care of yourself out there.
So far, so good. And Babette heads off.
As we're Babette's far enough away, so it kind of just looks back real quick at her.
I missed the first half of that sentence, sorry.
No, when you walk away, so it kind of lingers behind, so you got an earshot, and looks back and says to her, "I wonder if my future's bleak." Well, you can't tell me right now, but I do wonder.
Everybody's future is bleak. Ends in the exact same way. Alone, rotting, dying somewhere. Not whether your present is bleak. A lot of years ahead of you there. Can't spend all of them open about the place.
Still not. Someone walks by carrying it. Kind of expecting the. What's this, guitar? I'm guessing?
It's a big old case, probably about a cello or something like that.
When Zale, like, as soon as Babette notices that Zale is waiting for her to get out of earshot, she immediately goes into, I want to hear what he
Listen
says.
mode. Yeah, go ahead
Yeah.
and give me a perception check.
She also is going to make it look like she's going to
Give me a
actively try.
deception as well.
Yeah. Oof. Oof.
My
You
passive,
do
what
not
would my
manage to
passive
hear
beat you?
anything, and you look like you're trying to hear something.
Yeah.
My passive beat you. So Zell turns around and then looks you dead in the eye, and then he walks up to you on purpose.
Yeah. Does he say anything?
Yeah, he says, "Why did you back down when she said the wolf part?"
I mean, that's the second reference to wolves in relation to you.
Well,
You
my
know.
name is Wolf Wold, so that's my last name.
Has he ever actually told me
Give
his
me a
last?
deception check. And yes, it is his last name, but that's what you're skirting the line of lying here.
That makes
Deception. This is definitely being deceptive.
Yep.
Against your insight, yes.
18. Oh, I rolled well. I rolled relatively
His
easy.
last name is Wolford. He's using a truth to sell a lie.
That knows all about that. So she's just gonna be like, "Oh, of course, completely slipped my mind. I'll make a deception if you want."
Mhm. I mean, you already know. You 24.
Yeah, she doesn't want you to know that she knows.
So just tilt his head.
Don't
Very
often think of.
confused.
I don't often think of last names. I tend to go just by first names. So, you know, the last name goes in one ear and out the other.
Very confused. He's like really like steadying you, kind of like gauging, and then he just kind of walks.
Out of character, Babette is reveling in your confusion.
Yep.
And
So just keeps
follows you.
walking. Kind of, and again looks at the guitar. The cello. Does it have any like name? Like it's
Looking at it,
initials?
you see that there are carved into the leather of it, either the initials MM or WW.
That is so weird because those are two like if I flip my name around in real life, that's really weird. So kind of just like, huh? WW and M. Strange. How old does this look? This case?
Probably like it's seen, a while, not like ancient old or anything,
Well
most
loved.
of the stuff you're used to looking at,
Yeah,
yeah, it's been
exactly.
well loved, yes. It was probably made within the last, 50 years, but like been through like a bunch of travel.
Seems this must be very endearing. This person. Someone's from wow.
I mean, cellos aren't cheap, so.
Yeah, that or they're like using a hand me down, or they bought like a cheap case,
Like on this. Looks over and then puts down his back carefully. I mean, that's alright. Anything else you want to do? I'm sure we'll go attend this.
I mean, honestly, the nostalgia's kind of worn off, so I'd be down to return to the murder house.
course Arthur makes us in the murder house. I still can't believe it. I mean, I know it was your tickets, but
It's a
still.
frog. That's this town's gimmick. I don't know what you're so upset about.
Hey, Wilson!
What was that,
Who's
Chance?
this?
Sorry?
Hey, Wilson! You see, like, pacing, like, up the slopes, like, long striding, tights and, flowery shirt, somebody you've never met before, some human, slightly ritzier looking, sleeves rolled up. You can see a rapier at their side, and in their hands is a wand. And as they 30 paces away from you, you see as they tug on the gloves on their hands, and they go, "Ha! You could not hide for long, Sir Wolford, greatest swordsman in Arvale."
So it's really confused now. Riddis,
That bet
I
heard any-
understand your dismay, but your title shall be lost upon you tonight, forthwith, on guard! And he pulls out his wand and forward to take this quick pose.
Has Babette heard any rumors about this?
No, you have not yet.
Oh.
This is fresh.
so like, unconsciously, just like, cause he's kind of really taken aback by this, just activate his gauntlet, the haste part, and kind of just looks at the guys like, real quick, just like he's holding his action to cast haste, and looks at him. Why do you want to duel me? And where did you hear that from?
Alvalian custom to duel the greatest swordsman. Apparently, you're the greatest swordsman.
No, when did I become that?
I mean, tabloids.
Are you saying that you have lost this title to another? I only have a desire, like the greatest swordsman in Arvale, which everybody says is you. Now, if others see me defeat you, they would have to recognize that I, Gustav, am the greatest swordsman in Arvale.
Well, I will stand here as witness to whoever's victory reigns supreme.
Zell like looks at him like Bob-Ash, he's doing
As is your duty as an Arvalian.
Why, thank you, good. I bet just kind of stands back and watches with
his
big
coat off, right? And he puts it off to the side, and he starts stretching and goes, "So, peasant, buy blade will buy wine."
And cause Zell, instant when he said peasant to Zell, it like Babette would have saw this, you saw like a flinch. And he puts the cello down, like squeezes his gauntlet to activate his thing, pulls out his scimitar and shield.
Go ahead and roll for wild magic surge potential on your gauntlet. Yes, your
6,
function.
5.
All right. You're good. All right. So, as you activate haste on that, and get ready to duel, that is where we will pick up at some point throughout this week.
I am just gonna throw this out there. No matter the outcome, Babette's gonna let that guy know. Like if this guy wins somehow, she's gonna let him know that she's absolutely gonna spread the. She's gonna spread the fucking word of how great this guy is, and then she is going to spread the word of how great Zale is.
Oh God!
This happen.
Ooh, I like to see him. I like that. Oh, Gustav.
Tis I, Gustav, the greatest rival.
I gotta.
Do I know
Mixture.
Yes.
Gustav? No.
Do you
I-
know of Gustav? No, you've not met Gustav.
you specifically said that.
Gustav is of a very minor noble family that has never done anything interesting ever.
Yeah, I wouldn't have even infiltrated his family because they're so boring.
Oh,
Yes.
man.